We frequently talk about how to best support our teachers throughout their careers on Education Matters. Most of us can quickly picture the teacher or teachers who made a difference in our lives, the ones that pushed us or saw something unique in us that we may not have yet discovered. And research confirms that teachers are the number one school related factor in impacting student learning outcomes. For that reason, we must ensure that we have a qualified and well prepared teacher in every classroom, which requires us to provide teachers with the profession, working conditions, and resources they need. While many voice support for teachers, there are many policies and realities of being a teacher that do not demonstrate our respect for the expertise, commitment, and creativity that it takes to meet the needs of all students every day. Lifting up our teachers and treating them as professionals are critical to continuing to recruit and retain excellent teachers in our schools. Today, we are blessed to hear from two incredible North Carolina Teachers of the Year, as well as Dr. Jim Cosby, a longtime school superintendent and advocate for the recent creation of North Carolina's Beginning Teacher of the Year program. On the show, we heard from North Carolina's 2021 Burroughs Wellcome Fund Teacher of the Year, Eugenia Floyd, that one of the most impactful things school leaders and policymakers can do to support teachers is to hear them. When teachers share what their needs are and what their students' needs are, those who are in the position to make positive change in the field of education should first and foremost rely on the feedback they receive from educators, Floyd said. When teachers feel heard, they feel valued and best positioned to make a positive difference in the lives of their students. Teachers must always be at the table when making policy decisions about the classroom. And how do we attract people to join the teaching profession? North Carolina's 2021 Prudential NCAT Beginning Teacher of the Year, Emily Higdon, said that at first she didn't want to be a teacher, but a marine biologist. It was the conversation she had with one of her English professors that helped her to understand how teaching can enable her to have a career in which every day was different and she could have a significant impact on the lives of so many. It was also a field in which she could express her creativity and learn things every day. Those attributes inspired her to become an educator. Dr. Jim Cosby, who in 2018 began advocating for a Beginning Teacher of the Year program, said that we need to start having positive conversations with young people again about the value and importance of a career in education in order to attract the best and brightest to the profession. And both Emily and Dr. Cosby pointed to the value of the Beginning Teacher of the Year's program, Intensive Professional Learning, for its 27 finalists. For beginning teachers who are just starting from scratch, the first year of employment is exhausting and challenging to navigate. Intensive professional learning should be available to all beginning teachers so they can develop strong classroom management and pedagogical skills that they can bring to their teaching for years to come. So, how do we recruit and retain educators like Emily and Eugenia? We must treat them well and invest in our educators as professionals. This requires competitive salaries, benefits, and professional learning. We must also listen to our teachers. While North Carolina has made some improvements in these areas over the past decade, we still have significant room to grow, as North Carolina's average teacher pay is significantly below the national average. We must prioritize these investments in educators to address teacher shortages, in particular in our lower well school districts, and ensure every child in North Carolina has access to a sound basic education. We are grateful for our educators and all that support them. Thank you for taking time with us to learn and think about education. We'll see you next week.